Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Dayton. If this is your first time here, a very special welcome to you. Thank you so much for sharing your morning with us. If you would take a good look at your bulletin, there is a little tear-off strip in it. If you would be so kind as to fill that out and drop it in the basket on the way around or over at the Welcome Center, we would appreciate that. It's a way we keep in touch with you and let you know what's happening around here. My name is Stephanie Stewart, and I am one of our practitioners. Giving our reading and invocation this morning is Lana Mayhew. Our vigil holder is Jerry Blumgold. And Lana and Lindsay Smith will offer our interfaith candle lighting, which reminds us of the many sources of wisdom and truth available to us from all the world's religions. Our kids today, if we have kids, are with Mark Fowler and Ton Singh. Do we have any kids?
I saw one back there.
Just the two big ones standing
Yeah,
there.
we just have the two big ones standing there. Okay. Well, you can stay in service with us if you'd like then. But if you would all join me in a moment of consciousness to pray for our children and pray for our youth program. So here now settled deep in this place that God is. I see the absolute truth of our youth program. I know that our children are a blessing and that we are blessed by them, and I know that more and more children flow to our program, that more and more volunteers say yes to our children. And I know that as we grow in oneness together, as we grow in wholeness together, so too does our youth program grow. I'm grateful for this moment for everyone present. And I release this into the law knowing that it is absolutely done. And so it is. So how about some announcements?
Woohoo! Good announcement.
Thank you, Reverend Cece. So hey, we get another week with Mr. Tom Downs on guitar. Thank you, sir. Don't forget to check the updated Cooking with God catalog. I feel like this is way far away from me. We have really great events coming up. You can get your tickets at the office. You need to give us a call at the office during the week and we will get you your tickets. The Splish Splash Pool Party and Breakfast at Wimbledon are coming up fast, very fast this month. Don't miss an opportunity to have some fun, have some great food, and make some new friends. If you can carry a tune. As I said, I like to sing, but I don't subject people to it. If you can carry a tune, though, and you want to join a choir that we're putting together, please add your name and phone number. There is a sheet on a clipboard right over here at the Welcome Center. There will be rehearsals in August and September, and Reverend Cece will contact you about them when she comes back at the end of July. She's not actually here. On July 21st, it marks the first rollout of the Easy Breezy Riders Bike Group.
Yeah.
Have a look at that in your bulletin today. July 22nd is Esther Nicholson, and she is known for her soul recovery work. She will be here to speak and offer a workshop. She was here a few years ago and is really very amazing. Please make sure you mark that on your calendar, July 22nd. Let me see. The summer event at CSL Greater Dayton is almost upon us. The summer event, the annual canoe and kayak trip, is July 28th. That is also in your flyer. This is so well attended and is so much fun every year. Clear out your calendar now. You do not want to miss this. Okay? Do you like to dance? Oh, come on. Yeah. We're exploring holding a Sunday night dance event. Again, this is also a flyer in your bulletin. Fill out the involvement interest slip and drop it in the basket or at the Welcome Center. And the community involvement interest slip, have a good look. There are all kinds of ways to get involved. Fill it out, mark something down. Let me give you a quick update on the garden. Next Sunday will be our third Sunday in the garden. In our first Sunday with 4 little girls who like to get dirty and liked worms, we planted 4 tomato plants, 4 cucumber plants, Brussels sprouts, and peppers and flowers.
Awesome.
In the second month, we discovered we had cucumbers, 2 tomato plants, lots of flowers, 1 pepper plant and nothing else.
A rabbit. You had a rabbit.
Yes, we had a rabbit, is what we had. So the lesson for our second Sunday in the garden was what happens when we fail. Sometimes you have to do something radically different. So we now have 4 cucumber plants and pumpkins. And I looked recently, and we've had some volunteer tomato plants, and I think we now have something close to 10 tomato plants. So I hope you like cucumbers and tomatoes because you're all taking at least 50 home this summer. So finally, our practitioners are here to pray with you after service. Just ask anybody wearing the white or teal shawl if you would like prayer. This is our gift to you on Sunday. We call it the 1-minute miracle.
In the prayer box.
Oh, yes, and there's the prayer box back by the door. Thank you, Lana. There's a prayer box back by the door. If you don't want to ask one of us, please fill out a prayer card, and that gets sent out to all of us. So now we have music, yes?
Yes.
We light the first candle in honor of Judaism. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. We light the second candle in honor of Christianity. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. We light the third candle in honor of Buddhism. May I experience love, joy, wonder, and wisdom in this life just as it is, as I move to wholeness and unity. We light the fourth candle in honor of Islam. A man went to the door of the beloved and knocked. A voice asked, "Who is there?" He answered, "It is I." The voice said, "There is no room here for me and thee." The door remained shut. After a year of solitude and deprivation, this man returned to the door of the beloved. He knocked. A voice from within asked, "Who is there?" The man said, "It is thou." The door was opened for him. We light the fifth candle in honor of Taoism. The great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. It nourishes the 10,000 things. We light the sixth candle in honor of Native American traditions. Each morning upon rising, and each evening before sleeping, give thanks for the life within you and for all of life, for the good things the Creator has given you and for the opportunities to grow a little more each day. Consider your thoughts and actions as the past day and seek for the courage and strength to be a better person. Seek for the things that will benefit everyone. We light the final candle in honor of the Sikh religion. I challenge the darkness. If nothing else, then at least around myself, I will not let it settle. Around myself, I will establish light. The reading today by Ernest Holmes. Complete faith is absolute and positive. Faith is the attitude of one who makes a complete mental surrender. To the consciousness of the faith, there are no longer any arguments against its conviction. Faith has no opposites. It is an uncompromising mental attitude, and this is exactly what the prayer of faith is. So if you can just take these words into that inner sanctuary for a few minutes of contemplation. So how good it is to know that right where we are, God is. That every breath that we breathe is God breathing us. That the little birds outside that are singing and all the little baby animals that have been birthed in this spring and summer, that is God showing up as that beautiful expression through us, as us, and around us in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Knowing that we are absolutely just bathed in that light and the love of God. That down to the tapestry of our own soul is God. It is that divine design of peace and love and joy. And so I know that this service is an absolute divine order and divine right action. Every aspect of it, through our band and through the children's church, and just knowing that everything that is being said in this day by Stephanie, knowing that it is the words that we need to hear, that it enlivens us, there is inspiration and rejuvenation. And I give such thanks for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And together we say, and so it is.
Kind of moving stuff around, I always feel like I'm getting hemmed in a little bit. You like the shoes?
I love it.
Sparkly.
Yeah, hot pink sparkly shoes. I know that's not really me. Somebody asked me, they said, "Are those Dorothy's shoes?" I said, "No, they're Kimberly's." I highly recommend marrying someone that wears the same shoe size you do. Except, gentlemen, if you don't care to wear heels, I guess. So last week I talked about healing as a revelation. That revelation, its root word is to reveal. And I talked about that healing is the revealing of a divine truth. I didn't talk about healing. I didn't talk about that word, healing. I talked about how when we have the courage to face our shadow, it can lead to healing. It can lead to this revelation. So I want to start off by talking a little bit about that word, healing. Now, I don't know if this is an American thing or if it's a Western culture thing, if it's an allopathic medicine thing. But the word healing, it feels mixed up to me. The word heal, to heal, I come from an allopathic, a Western medicine background. My mother was a nurse, my great aunt was a nurse, my brother's a nurse, I married a nurse. I was an EMT, and even now as a massage therapist, even though that's called homeopathic medicine, my practice is a medical model. I'm one of the few massage therapists in the area that has referrals from dentists, because I work with people with TMJ. So I'm very much grown up in that allopathic Western medical model. So this word, to heal, it feels mixed up to me. I was first introduced to the difference between the word heal and cure in my late 20s, when I was still, ironically enough, in massage therapy school. One day, my massage instructor, who was somebody that I had a great deal of respect for, I still do, and she was very much from the allopathic medicine model, the Western medicine model. She was a sports massage therapist and studied with the best people in the country, and she worked with every kind of athlete, from the weekend warrior to Olympic track and field athletes on a very regular basis. And she said to us one day, she said, "I need all of you to understand one thing. You will never heal anyone with massage. I am not a healer, and neither are any of you." I had no idea what to do with that. What do I do with this pronouncement? I thought, well, what am I doing this for if I can't help people? Because I didn't understand the difference between cure and heal. She went on to say, you can show a pathway for healing, you can facilitate healing, you can shine a light for healing, but your client must make that choice. Through massage, you might cure someone's backache or stiff neck, but you will never heal them. That's theirs to do. And that was the first time I was introduced to that difference between curing and healing. Those words aren't interchangeable. I said once I never saw a hospice patient cured, but I saw them all healed. So what does healing mean? What does that word mean? What is healing? How do I know I'm healed? Healing is the revealing of the wholeness that is already inside each of us. Now you may be sitting there saying, "Yeah, right, lady, have you seen my life? Have you noticed the parts of me that don't work? Do you live in my head?" Last week I told you about my depression, and I told you that I was healing. Does that mean my depression is gone? No. No, I'm not cured of it. I may never be cured of it. It's a part of who I am. It's a way God expresses itself and comes to know itself better through the whole person that is me. Now, how's that for a take on mental illness? What would that do to our medical model? To look at mental illness or physical disability or cognitive disability in that way. Depression is a way God expresses itself and comes to know itself better through the whole person that is me. Healing is the revealing of the wholeness that is already inside each of us. Great, right? So how do we get at it? How do we see the wholeness inside ourselves? How do we recognize it? Work. Right? It's never wave the magic wand easy, is it? I mean, why can't it be like, I wrote down the secret. Why can't it be like The Secret, right? Just, and there it is. Where's Tinkerbell when we need her? Jiminy Cricket. Hell, some mornings I'd take Kermit the Frog with a cup of tea. I want you to know that it doesn't have to be hard. Coming to the place where we really know our wholeness, it doesn't have to be hard. Please know that. Please recognize that. Wholeness is our natural state. It's our truest nature. And it begins by remembering that the source of all things is our source too. We aren't kept separate. And I think we get this idea that because we have a consciousness and we know that we're conscious and we think we're the only ones that are like that, that suddenly we aren't a part of God anymore. I don't know how that flies. But that seems to be the way we try to go about life. Look, whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, life, Allah, Gladys. Carol Jackson's not here. I think she calls it Fred. Ernest Holmes had an endless supply of names for it. He called it the thing itself. Whatever word you want to use, the work of revealing our wholeness begins in remembering that we are a part of it, and it is all of us. We are a part of it, and it is all of us. I was just talking about you, Carol Jackson. Let me stop her cold as she sneaks in the door. So then how do we do this? How do we do this? This recognizing that we are a part of God and it is all of us. I'm always talking about doing, aren't I? I'm always talking about doing the work. Going and doing this, going and doing that. How do we reveal our wholeness to ourselves? Practice. Practice, 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 right? Affirm it, declare it, intend it. I am whole, I am healed, I am sourced in God. I am whole, I am healed, I am sourced in God. I am whole, I am healed, and I am sourced in God. Turn your attention toward it. That's the first way we begin to change our consciousness. When we turn our attention toward what we desire. I am whole, I am healed, I am sourced in God. And so it is. Knowing that we are sourced in God takes away a lot of fear. Would you cut off a finger to keep your hand from having a full set of fingers? No. If I am a part of God and it is all of me, why would God keep anything from itself? Wholeness is our natural state. Turn your attention toward that. Intend to see it every day. Now, I want to give you an easy visual to help you remember your wholeness. To help you remember the fact that you are sourced in God. So we're going to do a little mind exercise, a little visualization together. So if you'll just become comfortable, please. And if you feel all right in doing so, please close your eyes. Just go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Settle into your body. Let that chair do the work. And in your mind's eye now, I want you to look down at yourself. At your arms, your body, your legs, your feet. And I want you to see that you are wearing the most beautiful robe. The most beautiful robe you have ever seen. Take that in. See its color, the material it's made of, how it feels, how it fits you. Does it have any decoration on it? Is it embroidered? Does it have jewels? Take in as many details of it as you can. This is the container of your wholeness. The reminder of your source. See it in as much detail as you can muster in your mind. Feel it in as much detail as you can muster in your mind. It is as real as that chair underneath you. And so now we must fill your container. So in your mind's eye, look down again at your feet. When we sit still for a long time, as if in meditation, we begin to lose the sense of the borders of our bodies. Feel that happening to your feet now. They simply open. They become blurred and soft. And now if you're comfortable, raise an arm, raise both arms, and feel the same thing happen to your hands. They simply feel open, blurred, soft. You are a conduit. A pipeline for the divine to come into being here on this earth. God is wholeness. It can be nothing else. So now see the pink and gold energy of the divine coming down now through your open, soft hands and filling your robe with your wholeness. It passes through the openness of your feet, back out, and eventually circles back around again into your hands. You are a conduit, a pipeline for the divine to come into being here on this earth. God is wholeness. It can be nothing else. You can be nothing else. Look at your robe. Look at what filling it with divine wholeness, your truest nature, is doing to it. Is it changing color, shape? Does the decoration change? Does it pulse with an iridescent energy? Does your robe have a sound now? Does it hum with joy? Does it sing hallelujah? Does it whisper, beloved? See how it has changed. Wrap your arms around yourself and look at yourself in your robe of light, your robe of wholeness. This is what you look like when you look at yourself through the eyes of God. This is yours. This is you. Rest in it. And when you are ready, come back to this room. Healing ourselves takes practice. Let your robe be a visual reminder of your wholeness. You can put it on at any moment and remember. My massage instructor said she was not a healer and neither were any of us. I disagree. Not because I have ever cured another human being of anything. I can't say for certain that I have. Or even because I have healed another human being, I have not. But as I continue to heal, to reveal my own wholeness to myself, to put on my robe of light and continue to watch it change, I know that my presence helps others heal. It helps others make the choices that reveal their wholeness to themselves. I show a pathway. I facilitate. I shine a light. Will everyone I come in contact choose healing? No. No, some will choose suffering, their anger, their fear. And they will make the lives of others difficult because of their choice. It doesn't change their truest nature. They too are absolutely whole. And yes, that's a really hard pill to swallow for some people. So why is all this so important? I know I need it. I need my healed self. I need the absolute knowing of my wholeness. And I need the recognition that I am a part of God and it is all of me. I need that profound peace. Do you? Do you need that in your life? Do you need that as your life? You think we need it in our country? In our world? Yes. I see a lot of yes. So if you were here last week, you heard me say I would, going forward, always call you to 3 things. 1, I will call you to yourself. I will call us each to the work we need to do to heal ourselves, to reveal the wholeness that already is inside each of us. I call us to face our shadows, to recognize our relationship with Source, to set the intention and turn our attention. Set the intention and turn our attention towards seeing our wholeness. Nothing happens without this work. Nothing can change around us until we change ourselves. Healing cannot be revealed around us until we reveal our own wholeness. We are not healers until we heal. 2, I will call you to one another. I will call us each to our spiritual community, because while the work of revealing wholeness must be done inside each of us, it should not, and I believe it does not, and I believe it should not be done alone. Our culture tells us that we do our best work when we do it alone. I'm just going to call it a lie. Working in a vacuum is far too safe and far too limiting. Remember, I called this place a safe cauldron. And I don't know which word should have more emphasis, safe or cauldron. 3. I will call you to the world. I call us, our beautifully perfect, healed, whole selves, wrapped in our robes of light, our robes of wholeness, to our homes, our schools, our communities, our streets, our halls of government, our borders, because our presence is so desperately needed. We are the leading edge. You must know that. I hope you will embrace that. The time for navel gazing has long since passed. Your willingness to face your shadow, your willingness to embrace your wholeness, your willingness to turn your attention toward the source of your being, your willingness to be loved and supported by this spiritual community, all of that must lead us to wanting to step out as a healing presence in the world. We are being called. All centers for spiritual living are being called. For us not to answer, I fear that the pendulum will swing so far back in the other direction that the pile will become so unwilling to move forward. I don't know. For us not to answer this call, it's the only time you'll ever hear me use the word sin. Let us walk together in this world, through this life, in our robes of light, in our robes of wholeness. Let us be a healing presence. Let us answer this call. Will you pray with me? This place of immense, immense power, of the deepest kind of love, this is where God is. This is where we are. And we are this place. We are God expressing. We are peace. We are wholeness. We are love. And so I speak a word now for this place, this community, and all who are in it, and all who hear my voice. What I know for us is courage and clarity. I know that we are willing. We are willing to look at our shadows. That we are willing to say yes to our divine wholeness. I know that we are willing to be loved and supported by our spiritual community. I know that we are willing to be a healing presence in the world. And I am so grateful. I am so humbled to be a part of this place. And so I say thank you, God. Thank you, Infinite Spirit, for every person here, every willing heart, every willing soul, every healed self. And I simply let it all go. I let it all go knowing it is already in motion, it is already done in the heart and in the mind of God, that God sees with God's eyes and we see ourselves with God's eyes, and it is all as it is and as it should be. It is done, and it is glorious. Anchor it with me, please. And so it is. So now let's take this opportunity to support our mission of providing powerful tools for people to change their lives and uncover their spiritual magnificence, so that together we can change the world. When we give to the center, that's what we're supporting. So please today, give what you can consciously. Please take your gift in your hand or in your heart and affirm with me, I know the activity of abundance in my life.
I know the activity of abundance in my life.
And in this center.
And in this center.
I give and receive generously from this everlasting flow of good.
I give and receive generously from this everlasting flow of good.
And so it is. Thank you to the Higher Mind Band, Mr. Tom Downs for covering for Lieutenant Dan. Thank you to everyone today who made this morning's service possible, our ushers and greeters, my fellow practitioners for your service, the welcome team, and all of you. Thank you to all of you for being here, for being willing, and for moving forward together. So if you will stand, please, let's do our closing affirmation.
I am standing.
Kenny is standing up. So please affirm with me. I am healed.
I am healed.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am sourced in God.
I am sourced in God.
I am willing.
I am willing.
And so it is.
So it is.
I love you.